Welcome back to the 2024 Peak Electronics Showcase. Over here, we have our previous MP4. However, we have received some complaints where people said they didn't like it very much. They said that it was too small because, of course, bigger is better. Then they also said that it's too blocky. If it's just a block, it's a bit of a boring shape. So they said that we need to have more fun and interesting shapes, and we'll take that into notice. And the last thing is the color. Not of the MP4, but this. Just look at it. Blue and red sponges. I mean, what is this? The 1980s? Because this sucks. We know that our consumers want it black, tactical black, because that's just a cool color now, I guess. But with that in mind, we would like to introduce our new and improved MP5. Should I be studying for my O-levels? Probably. Do I want to study for my O-levels? No. That's why I'm making this video right now. Anyways, welcome guys back to another video, and today we'll be talking about the MP5. What is the MP5, you might ask? Well, if you haven't heard of the MP5, then I honestly think that you live under a rock. The MP5 is a German submachine gun designed and manufactured by Heckler & Koch. I hope I pronounced that properly, but from now on I'll just use HK. It is chambered in 9mm. Now what makes this submachine gun so special compared to others is that it uses a roller delayed action, which produces less recoil compared to straight blowback counterparts. It was famously used by the SAS during the Iranian embassy siege, and even today continues to be a very popular weapon in video games. With that out of the way, we can talk about the model I have here. This model is of course homemade and unfortunately does not shoot rubber bands. The magazine is obviously removable, and I have two examples. One here and one in my vest. To release the magazine, it's quite simple. As you can see over here, there is a pedal which you can push with your thumb, usually your thumb, and remove it like so. Next, we of course have the charging handle, and just like its real-life counterpart, it can be locked back. And for those who know this gun well, you would know what's coming next. Believe it or not, slapping is actually encouraged by HK because they say it helps drive the bolt forward and hence increases the reliability while firing. I don't know, man, I just like making models. Another thing to note about the charging handle of this model is that right after I painted it, the paint actually created quite a bit of friction at the bolt area. And so when I pulled the charging handle back, it was slow to return to its original position, or in some situations it'll just get stuck somewhere. So when I raised this issue to my father, he actually told me to use lube. No, not that kind of lube. He was talking about candle wax. You take, basically he told me to take a candle, we have a few in our kitchen, and you just rub it on the bolt. And it actually works, surprisingly. I don't know why I trusted him, but it worked. And you can hear that it's working fine now. So, great. The next feature, or features this gun has, is its removable parts. What exactly are the removable parts is its stock and also its handguard and also the iron sight. So for the stock, it's quite simple. You just pull it out. It's tight, but I made it tight on purpose because I don't want it to just fall out. And then now we have quite a little handy package. Could stick in a suitcase or something, which is actually a real thing. They took like a MP5K, which is the shortened version, and stuck in a suitcase. So next, there's the iron sight, which you also just pull out. There. And then once that is out, you can just slide the handguard right out. So over here, this is the stripped down version of the gun. Does the real one actually work like that? I don't think so. Though I wish it was, then I can say mine is 100% accurate. So let's go over the standard parts. Over here is its fixed stock, which I believe is found on the MP5 A1 and A3, I think, variants. The rest either have folding stocks or collapsible stocks. Editor cutting in here, and I realized that I got everything wrong. It's actually the MP5 A2 and A4 variants with the fixed stocks, so yeah. I think it's just collapsible stocks. Yeah. Then of course we have the handguard. Nothing too remarkable. It's slightly triangular-ish, a bit like the M16 A1. And I quite like it. The triangular grip is quite nice to hold on to. And then that is the sight, which when you put on the gun, it actually lines up with the rear sight, which now pull up a picture. Next we have the more fun stuff. So this is a sight, a red dot sight, which you can look through, and it's also quite detailed, if I say so myself, and I quite like it. Unfortunately, it does not have magnification. It's just clear plastic, so I can't stare at my dear neighbors on the opposite block. To attach it, it's quite simple. You see a rail over here on top. Originally, I wanted it to be a removable rail, but I just didn't know how to make it removable. And you can just push the sight on. Give me a sec, it's quite tight. Like that. And when you attach the front sight back on, not only can you aim from the top red dot sight, there is also a gap below the sight, allowing you to aim through the iron sights as well. So that's pretty cool. Next up, we have the handguard. And as you can see, there's already a few attachments on it. This is a vertical grip attached via a rail. And a vertical grip is just, well, a grip that is vertical. And this is a flashlight. Believe it or not, it is actually a real working flashlight, which I will show you now. So as you can see, it works just as any normal flashlight would, and it's not the brightest, though I think it's pretty good for what you can get at Daiso for $2.18. It's not bad. To attach this rail, it's just like the standard handguard, in which you just slide it on. And just like that, it's fixed. And then you secure it in place with the front iron sight. There. Lastly, we of course cannot forget the suppressor. What is a suppressor? The suppressor is something, a little tube that makes your gun quieter when you attach it on the barrel. And how do you attach it on the barrel? You just stick it on there. Just like that. Voila. And now you have your own ultra quiet MP5, which no one in a 100-meter radius will definitely hear it. That is of course if you use subsonic ammo. Yeah, and if you want to or not, attaching a stock is optional. If you want it nice and small, you can keep it this way. But if you want more stability, then you can attach the stock. So that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you like, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. A quick shout out to myself for making this video. Please study for your O-levels, because if you don't, you will end up on the streets. That's what my mom said. Bye.